Hey guys, my name is Sara Oehler and I am here at the home and headquarters of Softflex Company, and today we are going to be doing a live design challenge. This is a concept that I started last year. It's sort of like the TV show Chopped here in the United States. I get a box of materials from a sponsor company. I have no idea what's inside the box. We're going to open it here together. Today's wonderful sponsor is Beadaholique, and you can find them at beadaholique.com. And we're going to open it together, and then we're going to attempt to make something right here on the spot with whatever it is that they sent. So today is very special because this particular box was sent from Beadaholique, but it also is from Swarovski Crystals. So they teamed up together to create a very special box just for this specific video, and I can't wait to open it and see what it is that they've sent me. So it's a really nice sized box. I'm going to grab it real fast so we can take a look at it. And this is, of course, the name of the company we're working with today. They're located in Los Angeles, and I have done a design challenge with them before, so those of you that watch regularly have probably seen some of their parts and pieces before, but they are a great company to work with for many different reasons, but my favorite reason is they are actually a design house as well. They work constantly creating new designs and inspirational pieces for their customers, showing all the different pieces and parts that they sell. So they have multiple designers there on staff, regularly making things. They constantly make videos both here on Facebook, and if you go to their YouTube page, they actually have 322,000 subscribers because they make such great videos. So they are a really terrific company, and I'm really excited to be able to team up with them today. Hey Catherine, hey Karen, hey Dawn. It looks like all my friends are here. So we are going to go ahead and flip down. Let me share one more thing before I get going too fast. This is the last week to order the Treasure Trove kit for November before I bead next week, next Wednesday. If you want to bead with me, make the same projects, now is your chance to order this. It'll still get to you on time. Go to www.softflexcompany.com to get your beading kit. It has crimps, clasps, seed beads, check beads. It has some earring findings and some white soft wax and a crystal. And I will be showing you some fun projects with this next week when I get back from Knoxville. I'm going to be at Jewel School on Monday and Tuesday. Hey, Beadaholique. She says, hi, Sarah. This is Julie, Rachel, and Kat. We're so excited to see what you make. Oh, all the lovely ladies there at Beadaholique. I'm so glad you guys are here, and thank you for sending me the box. I can't wait to see what is inside it. So last chance on the treasure troves, guys. If you want to order these, you go to the Softflex Company website. They're $24.95. I'll be beading with this next week. They're almost sold out, so you need to get up there and do that as soon as possible. And yeah, so let's flip the camera down and get going. So I think the theme, as I understand it, of this particular video is going to be holiday. This is, I think, supposed to be a holiday package of some sort. Can you guys still see is everything still upright okay? Just want to make sure when I flip down I didn't cause any issues there. Oh, Dawn says she got hers today. So many good things in it. Hopefully I can wait till next. Well, you don't have to wait, Dawn. I'd love to see what you guys make on your own, too. You can always post pictures on the video next week and show me what you've made with the products. Or you can wait for me and make what I make, too. Totally up to you. There's so many beads in it that you really could do both. I always end up with a lot of leftover beads, even after I make several projects. So it usually works. Oh, thanks, Stacy, for letting me know it looks okay. We're just working on your order, Stacy. For all of you that ordered and I'm opening the box, just so you guys know. It's kind of a big box, so it's off screen here. For all of you that ordered in the live sale, I am going to start sending pictures and payment requests later today So be prepared for that if you haven't gotten it already. And we're just wrapping it all up, but thanks for ordering, and for everyone that came to our holiday open house last weekend. Thanks for coming to that too. Okay, so I'm opening up. We've got some pretty pink tissue paper and a note for me, so we're gonna grab that. I'm actually gonna toss my scarf off because for some reason I get really excited about beading and then I start getting really hot. So we are going to toss that off. Hey Amanda, I don't know what I'm making yet. I'm opening a box from Beadaholique and we're gonna see what's inside it. And I don't know what's inside it either. And then we're gonna make something together. So stay tuned, we'll see. Beadaholique, feed your need to bead. That's so cute, look at that, you guys. Sarah, we're so excited to see what you can create with this holiday-inspired collection. Have fun and good luck, Kat, Julie, Sarah, Rachel, and the whole Beadaholique team. Happy holidays. Yeah, so like I said earlier, you guys, if for some reason you don't know who Beadaholique is, which I would find really hard to believe, you have to check them out on Facebook and then also check them out on YouTube. They have tons and tons of fantastic videos, and they're constantly coming out with new content, which is awesome. So we've got a couple little presents in here. Let's see, a couple different things. Oh goodness, look at these, you guys. I feel like I haven't done a design challenge in like 3 years. What have I been doing? I've been doing videos, but I haven't gotten to do my very favorite thing, which is the design challenges. So let's see what we got here, ladies and gents. We'll do one box at a time. How about that? Well, let's start here. Ooh, Beadaholique Findings Kit. And they have an Elegant Elements Elite component. This is a disc clasp. It's silver plated, 12 millimeter, made in Germany. Like, let's just pop that out of there so we can really look at it here and test it out. So everything you see today, you're going to be able to order at beadaholique.com. And in fact, I didn't point this out yet, but look at this. There's a coupon code, 20% off your regular priced items there at Beadaholique on everything that's in the holiday box. So anything I open up should be on sale, 20% off. Okay, so this is, you squeeze it. I feel like it's in backwards, so I'm gonna, oh, maybe it's not. Maybe it goes both ways. Huh, interesting. Okay, so you squeeze. If you've never seen this kind of clasp before, it squeezes and it slides in, and then it kind of locks in place there. It's got a pretty little crystal there in the center. Okay, so what's in here? This looks awesome. So Beadaholique has findings kits, so that's helpful. It looks like it's got earring hooks, head pins, eye pins, jump rings. So this is great if you're a brand new beader and you're looking for just some basic components. You should check out their findings kits, and that would be a really good way to get started with, you know, your basic findings that you're probably going to need. Let's see, Kim said, I recently opened a box from storage and found a stash of Beadaholique items, including the most beautiful pearls. Finding pearls of that quality online is hard. That's awesome, Kim. I love the thing about beading that's really great is it doesn't go bad. Like if you have to take a break because something happens in life, you have a baby, a parent gets sick, or, you know, life just happens sometimes and you got to put your hobbies aside. You can always come back to beading, and it's all going to be the same. Like things like you can polish up your metals again, and things will have changed and there will be new things to learn. But all your materials will still be useful for the most part, which is pretty awesome. It's not like if you're into making cakes or something, you know, like it'll always be there for you, which is really sweet. Okay, so I'm opening the first box. Let's see what we've got in here. Ooh. These are Swarovski Crystals 6mm rondelle beads. And let's go ahead. So Beadaholique must sell a large quantity of Swarovski crystals is going to be my guess. Is that right, Beadaholique? You have a big collection of crystals. If you're working with them on a project like this, I would assume. This is a Swarovski crystal star pendant. Look at how beautiful that is, you guys. I'm actually sending out in that November kit, I'm sending out a smaller version of that. You can see it in our November treasure trove kit. But this is bigger. This is a larger piece. I should actually get my measuring tape out so we can do some measuring. Let's see. Chris said, made my first purchase with Beadaholique 2 weeks ago. Loved the kit I bought. Nice. Cool. Okay, and this is a Swarovski Edelweiss pendant. I don't hope I'm saying that right. I feel like I'm supposed to say it in German or something. Edelweiss. Look at how pretty that is, you guys. I love these little dainty ones too. They look like little snowflakes. Aren't those gorgeous? Oh my gosh. So pretty. Wow, that's so pretty. Very nice. So we'll put that off to the side too. Cool. We are going to make so many great things today. I can't wait. I really like to use white with clear crystal, so I'm going to have to pull out my white Softflex for sure. But the golds and the silvers and the champagnes all look really great with clear crystals too. So I'm opening up the second box here, and it looks like we've got some more traditional Christmas colors. We've got some like emerald greens and some kind of cranberry. Let's see what this color is called. Swarovski 8mm round scarlet beads. Let's take some of those out. Very nice. And same color in a 6mm. We'll take those out too. Just be easier to see everything. So this is this color. It's called Scarlet, and it's just a really beautiful. The light's not good. Again, we have a cloudy day, so the light isn't as good today as I like it to be, but it's a really pretty sort of a cranberry, sort of a spinel color. If you're familiar with spinel, it's a really pretty red, but with just like a tint, just a little tint of pink in it. They're really gorgeous. We have, ooh, these are pretty. This is Swarovski Emerald Cut crystal beads, and they look like they're emerald color too. Doesn't Swarovski just make some of the prettiest things? I mean, can you really imagine life as a beader without Swarovski crystal? I can't imagine that. So pretty. And we've got some 4mm in that emerald color too. Pretty, pretty. These look like little berries, don't they? And then, oh geez, I gotta get my trays out for this. I don't even know if I have trays. So why don't we use, little known secret, you can always flip your Softflex over and it makes a fantastic bead tray. I do it all the time. I'll flip this over and stick my little crystals in there. In fact, I'll probably stick all my green ones in this guy. If you're out of bead trays and you can't figure out how to keep your stuff separate, that's the way to go, I'm telling you. Okay, so Swarovski Emerald Channel Charms. Sarah says it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Yes, it is. Okay, so these guys are little charms. So they look like they have a probably like a silver plated outside, and then they're double-sided. So those are pretty awesome. Ooh-wee. It is beginning to look a lot like Christmas, isn't it? Ooh, I love Christmas. It is. I tend to think it really is the best time of the year. I was just saying this earlier today to Kristen. Love everything about it. In fact, I was telling her I wish it would be a little longer. I'm always sad when it's over. Okay, so I'm opening this last box. Let's see what we have in here. We've got some tiara cast charms. Oh yeah, they're new charms. These are actually going to be, I just was using these the other day. So those are from Tiara Cast, and I love these. Look at how sparkly those are. Very pretty in a metal setting. And there's a whiter one, and then there's two kind of drops. Oh, Beadaholique, you're starting to get known as the chain company, aren't you? You've sent me some really cool, wow, really cool chain. These are almost like little Christmas trees. Is that what these are? Look at this chain, you guys. Isn't that awesome? Make sure you can see it really well. Silver triangle dangle chain. So yes, these are triangles, but tell me those don't look like Christmas trees. Those are awesome. I love it. Hey, Kathy, thanks for joining us. We're opening up a box from Beadaholique.com, and then we're going to make something fun. That is a really cool chain. Is that new chain for you guys there at Beadaholique? We've got some, let's see, these are silver-plated 4mm round beads. So again, all of these materials can be purchased at Beadaholique.com, and they're offering a 20% off coupon for everything that I'm opening here with coupon code SPARKLE. So go get your Christmas on at Beadaholique. These were the silver-plated 4mm round beads, and I just dumped those into another Softflex spool upside down. And last but not least, we've got one more chain. I love different kinds of chain. It's awesome. Okay, so this one is called silver-plated Moroccan chain. Ooh, pretty. I could definitely see some really long, beautiful long earrings. Yeah, so let's focus on some earrings today. I think earrings are one of my favorite things for the holidays because they're kind of quick and easy, but you can make them feel really special and unique. So I think there's some fun options here for us to make some cool earrings. So I'm going to open up my findings kit. You can also find Softflex at Beadaholique.com if I haven't said that already. They're a reseller of Softflex products, so you can find lots of our different kinds of beading wire there while you're purchasing your crystals and your chain and other items. You can go ahead and buy your Softflex too. Earrings. I am so excited to make earrings. Okay, so these guys look so much like berries. I can't get over it. I'm sure that was their intention. They're so cute. So let's organize our stuff out here. This is this is an eye pin, excuse me. If you're new to beading, it basically has a little loop and then a long straight pin, and it's great for making, connectors, you can just string your bead on and then loop on the other side to connect. So we'll probably be doing some of that today. This is a head pin if you're new to beading, and it has like a pin top to it and then a long straight pin. And so it's great for making a dangle with a bead. You can just slip your bead on and then make a wire wrapped loop at the top, real quick and easy. Probably use some of those today. So I'm just going to organize this a little bit here. So I got a few items where I can see them. This is nice because it's got both head pins and eye pins. And then it also has some ear wires. This is an ear wire that is going to connect your earring to your ear. Yeah, both chains are really awesome, Catherine. Are those new chain for you guys, Beadaholique? Let's see. The chain is officially triangle dangle links, and yes, a new chain, but you're right, they're very tree-like. Yeah, I love it. I love it. So cute. You guys have a really good eye for really fantastic chain, I think. I've noticed you've got a lot of good options on your website. Oh, and the other thing I noticed today, you guys, I went on Beadaholique's website just to kind of look around real fast before the live show. They're doing a whole feature on items under 99 cents, and there were a ton of cool options. So you should check that out too when you go to use your coupon on some of these items. They have a bunch of items that are just 99 cents or less, which is really helpful if you're trying to save some cash and get some inexpensive materials to make your holiday gifts. Okay, so to start out, I'd really like to make some earrings. I think, I really want to use this for sure, but I think I might use this in a necklace with like these guys, these like snowflakes. I'm seeing that as a really pretty necklace. So we're gonna save that. We're gonna focus on some earrings first. And let me see how this chain will break apart. So I'm just looking at it up close to see, you know, where I would attach it. Like it has a loop up here, and then it has a loop here, and then it has like a little jump ring. So I think what I'm gonna do is just like a really long earring. That's what I'm thinking of, like a shoulder dangler. I like the idea of these being on the earring, but do I want to break it up with a color in between? Do I want to do a clear crystal? Want to add some clear crystals? I like the red. The red's so pretty. It's just a really lovely, it's a really lovely color. Ooh, that looks kind of nice. The red bead to attach that. So let's try that. I'm gonna grab, I think I'll just use some silver soft flex. So this is our 925 Sterling Extreme. This is a 1x19 copper alloy strand. All of the little wires are plated in real true sterling silver, and then they're braided together in a proprietary braid, and then it's coated with a clear nylon coating, and that's what allows us to get that really bright silver. But the idea that we plate every single strand is what makes this particular product so special, because a lot of the beading wire that's like this on the market is flash plated, and what that means is they do their braiding and then they plate it. And they don't draw it down. So they'll get different thicknesses of plating, and it won't look like a true bright sterling silver. And in fact, it may have some sort of like dull, sort of like steel color markings. So this is just a really nice, very well-made beading wire. It's made here in the USA, but is obviously used around the world. We're known worldwide. So I'm just going to snip off a short piece of, wire. I actually will just start on the end here. That way I don't have to snip any extra wire off. string my crimp tube. I'm using a 2x2 Softflex crimp tube. They're double the wall thickness of most. They're really thick and really strong, which is really important, especially when you're making any kind of jewelry, because you get just so much wear and tear. You want to make sure you've got a nice strong finding crimp to hold it all together. Okay, so I'm going to take my wire and go back into my crimp tube, and I'm going to cinch it down, but I always want to leave enough room that this can really still wiggle around so it feels nice. I'm going to straighten out my wires inside the crimp tube so that they run side by side. And then I'm just going to grab my crimping plier real fast. I'm going to use the Magical crimpers today. They have a little divot on either side, and this crimp tube fits inside of them just perfectly. I'm going to compress. The first time around, if I've done it correctly, I should have what looks like kind of like a little square, and that pinched the four corners of my tube. And then I'm going to turn it on its side, and I'll compress again in that same little divot there and compress the four little corners in. And now I'll just sort of work my way around it, tightening it all down. And that's going to give me a nice secure crimp that I can even pull on, but it'll look nice like a little bead. So it makes a nice, clean, really beautiful connection. Let me pull those down. I'm going to slide my cutters in. I always worried when these first came out that there would be a problem with the edge of the crimp tube cinching into the nylon coating, that it would end up breaking the wire. But after years and years of exploring with them, I just think they're really an incredible pair of crimping pliers. They work so well, really fantastic. So I just went in right next to that crimp tube and trimmed as close as I could get with my cutters. And now I've got a nice connection to this tiara cast piece that you can get from Beadaholique. I'm now going to trim off a piece of wire, probably like 3 inches, because I'm just going to attach to the bottom of this chain here. I don't need a ton of wire, but I do want to be able to kind of play around with it to decide exactly what it is I'm going to do. So I was thinking about this red, beautiful kind of cranberry colored bead above it, and then attaching to the chain and letting the chain sort of dangle down. What do you guys think of that? Do you like the cranberry, or is that too stark? We could also do this clear crystal that's over here, and we could attach that, and that's going to be, you know, definitely a little more simple, still sparkly because it's a Swarovski crystal, but not quite so in your face as the red crystal. We could also do a green crystal. We could even try, I think this might be too big, because it is going to dangle down from up here. So that might be a little, I think that's bordering too big. Let's go to one of these little green crystals and see what that looks like. There's the green, little green. So let's see, oh, we're getting lots of cranberries. You guys like the pop of red. Okay, so let's do the cranberry crystal. And then I'm just gonna do the same thing to attach to the chain. I'm gonna take a 2mm Softflex crimp tube, and I'm gonna string it onto my medium extreme wire and attach it onto the chain, which just has kind of a little hole that you can attach to. And then I'll string the wire back into the crimp tube, and I'm just going to kind of cinch this down towards the bead as close as I can get. You do still want to leave enough room that you can get around that crimp with the crimping pliers. So you don't want to get too close. And the other thing I always like to kind of pay attention to is the size of the loops here. I want to get kind of a similar size on top and bottom in my loops so my connector looks professional. So I've got kind of a similar size top and bottom. Oh, Sarah's saying that scarlet is a brand new color of beads. I didn't think I had seen that before. It's a really pretty color, you guys, because it is like cranberry or spinel or something. I mean, it's hard. It's like hard color to even explain because it's just so pretty. You're gonna have to check it out for sure. And you can get 20% off on these new cranberry beads by using coupon code SPARKLE at beadaholique.com. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead, now that I've got my loop the way I want it, I can go ahead and get my magical crimpers in here, slide them in, and this is a nice time to kind of play with that loop a little too, because once you crimp, that's it. You're done. You can't do any more. So I'm going to straighten my wires out as best as I can, and I'll go ahead and make my first compression. And when you do it correctly, it looks like a little 4-corner ravioli. And then I'll flip it on its side and compress again so that I'm compressing those 4 corners in. And I'll just go around and around, tightening it all down. Ooh, these are so pretty. I'm gonna love these, I can already tell. So the inventor says to go around 5 or 6 times. The inventor of the magical crimpers, she likes to really get the edges of that crimp really cinched into the nylon coating. I'm going to slide in with my cutters and trim off my Soflex beading wire. And then I have now connected the tiara cast piece with the cranberry bead with a Soflex connector. And now I can decide what length I want my earring to be. So we've got our ear wires over here from the Beadaholique findings kit that we're going to connect to. So we just have to kind of decide if we want to do 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. I think 5 might be pushing it. I'm going to suggest 4 or 3. So tell me what number you think I should do. 3 is going to end here. This is the length. 4 is going to be just a tad bit longer. I used a 2x2 millimeter crimp tube, Soflex crimp tube. You can also get crimp tubes from Beadaholique. They have a huge findings collection and they sell good quality materials. 3, June says, do you guys like the magic odd number? I'm kind of an odd number girl usually too. Carrie says 3, Bridget says 3. Okay, we're gonna go for 3. I'm gonna attach in the same place at the top that I did at the bottom. So what that means is I'm actually gonna cut open the jump ring between the bigger pieces in the chain to free it. So it looks like this. I'll be attaching, with that same loop at the top, which will make it feel nice. I think I can just attach right onto the ear wire, so we'll go ahead and try to open that up. I have a pair of chain nose pliers here, but I so often do this, I'm just gonna do it on the video here. The very tip of these magical crimpers also has a flat area where I can grasp onto things like the jump ring on my ear wire to open it up, and I don't have to switch over to my chain nose pliers. That can be very handy. Okay, so I want to make sure this hangs the right way, so I'm kind of looking at my loop here and seeing what I need to do. I'm just going to close this back up again. Anytime you open an earring finding, you don't do it out, you do it to the side. And you want to always make sure you get this wire. If there's like a spring or a bead or something, you got to get the little loop underneath that so it doesn't slip down. Yay! So we've got our first earring. I love those. So I'll make another one of these and take a good picture after the video so that you guys can get a better look at it. But I'm going to keep making some more stuff here rather than make the same thing again. So that's our first little guy, and I think he turned out really awesome. I love it. I love the pop of the beautiful new scarlet color from Swarovski Crystal. Very cool. Okay, so I would like to make another earring. Let's see, or should we make this necklace that I was thinking about? How cool this would be. I'm kind of like, I'm curious to see what would happen if I were to weave through this chain with soft flex, like soft flex extreme. So I don't know what this will be like. I'm just gonna cut a couple pieces of wire just to kind of play around with it. I don't think this will probably pan out into a design, but just so we can see what it's like. So I'm using the medium diameter again. I'm just gonna cut some big long lengths. And I'm just curious to see if I were to weave through this, you know, with soft flex, what that would be like. Okay, so I'm gonna grab a bead stopper, and these are great. They just clip onto the wires. I'm gonna clip onto 2 pieces of wire here and just kind of let that hang. And then I'm gonna do sort of a ladder weave through this just to see what happens if this kind of stiffens out if I use the soft flex. So I'm going through one way into the very first jump ring with 1 wire, and I'm going to go through the opposite way with the other wire, and then I'm just going to pull it here together. And we're going to keep going just for a little bit just to kind of see what might occur. So I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to take 1 wire through, because if it kind of stiffens it, it might be really interesting to have that different effect that you can get with soft flex that you can't just with like a random chain here. So I'm going just back and forth. We'll tighten it down again. And I should know within a few jump rings here how it's going to behave, so we'll see. I could use a thicker soft flex too. That's really the fun of doing projects like this, is getting to play with different types of materials and just see like how they're going to behave or not behave, and it's so really cool. So thank you for sending me this box, Beadaholique, and giving me a chance to play. Okay, so it does look like it's stiffening it a little bit. I love this triangle chain, you guys. It's awesome. It's so cool. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, I don't think it's doing enough that it's worth continuing. I just was so curious to see how it would interact with it. Thanks for letting me try it, guys, and see what happened. You never know. Okay, so let's go back to my my original thought, which was to hang this guy from here and these 2 guys somewhere up here. And then I kind of like the idea of some of these beautiful little cranberry guys in here too. What do you guys think about that? A couple little cranberry guys worked in. We could do that with head pins. Just add in a little bit of cranberry as we go here. So let me wind this up. I'll probably do silver up the back end of this when it's complete. So that'll be what I actually wear on my neck. So let's clean this up. Where did my little, oh, there it is. Okay, so let's move. I gotta save one bead here and then make sure I don't lose my, there, that guy. We're gonna move this up here and save these pieces for later. Okay, so cranberries. To add these little cranberry guys, I'm just gonna take a head pin. I'm gonna take one of the little round scarlet colored crystals, and I'm going to get my round nose plier, and just right above the bead, the crystal, I am going to bend the wire toward me. So I make sort of a 90-degree angle. Then I'm going to bend the wire away from me, making the first half of my loop. At this point, I adjust my plier to the side, and then I come under and create the entire loop. And then I'm just going to grab a chain nose plier here, if I can reach it. A chain nose plier to hold on to that loop and keep it in its nice, pretty shape. And then I just wire wrap around with my fingers. Now in this case, because we're connecting to jump rings, I'll slide this ring inside of the jump ring before I actually wire wrap around. But I think that'll be kind of hard to see. I'm going to do one like that, but I wanted you to see what it's like just to make a little dangle first. Stacy says, Sarah, is there a heavy extreme silver? And if so, do you ever use that for around the neck portion? Definitely. Definitely and definitely. Yeah, you can use the heavy extreme. And in fact, it probably is a better option than the medium. I do use medium a lot just because it's what I have on hand, and it's very strong and durable too, but heavy is even more durable. So I just trimmed off the little extra piece of wire, and now I'm just gonna tuck in. So now that I've done one free of the chain, now I'm going to do one on the chain so you can see what that looks like. But I think it'll be easier if you've never done one before to see it first without the chain. Okay, so I'm just going to do berries throughout this chain. Let's see how many links we've got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Okay, so 40 links. We're going to do probably, gosh, it seemed like 1, 2, probably don't need them in the middle where we're going to attach these guys. Probably 2, so probably do 8. Seems appropriate. Okay, so I'm gonna do one down here at the very end to start, and I'm gonna do the same thing I did before. I am going to take my little scarlet Swarovski crystal. I'm gonna make my bend right above the crystal. I'm gonna make my first half of the loop, adjust my plier, and open that up or close that up so I've got a nice loop. And now I can open it just slightly, just enough that I can slide my chain inside of there. I'll slide the very end of my chain in there, and then I can hold on to that little circle and wrap around And you can do as many wraps as you want. You can be a little sloppy and make it feel very handmade. Or you can be a little more organized and detailed. Everybody kind of does their loops their own way. I tend to be kind of a little in the middle. I like my loops to be kind of straight, but I also don't mind them to be just a little, yeah, organic, you know. I'm tucking in the end just so when I wear this with something, because it's going to be a long necklace, when I wear this with something, I don't want that to catch on my clothing, that little tip of wire there on the end. So I'm just going to tuck it in, and that'll make it real quick and easy. Okay, so that's my cranberry. I'll finish putting on the cranberries afterwards, because you guys don't need to watch me do 8 of those. But why don't we go ahead and figure out how we're going to connect our little Edelweiss crystals. Are these brand new crystals too from Swarovski Beadaholique? Let's see. Oh, Beadaholique says, FYI, you can buy the whole mystery box of gorgeous holiday items that I'm working with, which will make a great gift. Sounds like a great gift for yourself. You guys should head on over there. And I'm sure it's 20% off using the coupon code, right, Beadaholique? So that's pretty awesome. Okay, so to connect this, we have a couple different options. One that I like to use is Softflex. I use Softflex a lot to make connectors, and it's very secure, which I love. So why don't we try that first and see how it does. So this was 40 links. I'm just going to look for about the middle here. I'm not going to get too caught up in the details here. I have my Softflex Extreme in medium, and I am going to grab a 2mm crimp tube again and string it onto my wire. I'm going to string through the bead. This is a pretty heavy duty bead, so hopefully this will work well. I think it will. I'm going to string back through my crimp tube. Oh wait, I got to attach to the, don't forget the chain. Attach to the midpoint of my chain. That's pretty, oh, and there goes my bead. It doesn't matter what order I do it in. Okay, so we've got the middle of the chain. Oh, look how nice this hangs for earrings too, you guys. Ooh, I love this chain. That's so pretty. Oh, would make a pretty bracelet. Yeah, I could see you just adding in the cranberries and making a really pretty bracelet or anklet for sure. Okay, string the crystal, and then I'm going to go back through my crimp tube, and I'm going to actually go around twice just to give it some added strength, because this is a pretty big guy here. And basically what I'm doing is making a jump ring using Softflex. So I have gone through the chain and the crystal, and I'm going back in a third time here into my 2x2mm crimp tube. The third pass is always the hardest. It does go in, but it is a harder connection unless you're getting just the right spot. And I got my little piece sticking out here. I'm going to see if I can just grab onto it and pull. There we go. And I'm going to pull this tight on both sides. I want it to hang nicely. The nice thing too about making a Softflex jump ring is you can make it whatever size you want. And it's very, very strong and secure. I want to get just the right length. This is what it's going to look like in the front when I crimp it. So it's just going to be like 2 sterling silver wires. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and slide my pliers in here to crimp. I'm using the magical crimpers again for anyone that's just joined us. They have sort of like a little divot on each side. And I'm going to center that crimp tube right in the middle of those magical crimpers. and compress. These are the Swarovski Crystal Edelweiss pendants, and they aren't from this season, but we think they're so classic and great. They are. They look like little snowflakes. So after the first pass, you should have what looks like a little square ravioli. And now I need to come in the other direction. Let's see if I can figure out how to do that in this scenario. I have gotten these pliers into all sorts of interesting spaces. I wish the tips were just like a little smaller. I'll probably suggest that to the inventor. If they could be just a little smaller, I could get in just a little bit more easily to a small space, but I always make it work. Okay, so I'm tightening it all down, and basically I'm pinching the edges of the crimp tube into the nylon coating of the wire so I can get a really nice strong hold to where I could actually pull on this and it's not going to come free. And then I can go ahead and trim using my cutters right up against that crimp tube. Slide it in and trim. And then I've got a really nice connection. In this case, I can probably even slide it right inside that crystal, and you just see the wire connecting it. So we've got basically a beautiful Edelweiss crystal here. We're gonna put cranberries along the whole bit, and then I'm gonna put a couple more of these little ones in here on the sides. So the last part of this, and I'll do these little ones the same way that I did the big one. I'll use a soft flex jump ring to attach them so they're nice and secure, and I can make it whatever size I want to fit that crystal, because it's really hard to find a jump ring this size. So that's really a helpful way to connect. So the very end of this, what I'm gonna do is just take a big long piece of Soft Flex Extreme. I wonder if one of these pieces that I had used earlier might even work. Probably not quite long enough. And I'm just gonna measure it around my neck real fast here. And I'm going to crimp to each side. And then this will be the back end of my really long necklace. So this little jingle joy down here will hang, you know, just in the middle of my chest. So I'm going to take my Soft Flex beading wire again. I'm using the same medium extreme. I'll take my 2x2 millimeter crimp tube. And this time I'm just going to attach to the end of the chain on one side, slide back into my crimp tube, and pull it down. These earrings that we made earlier are going to match this necklace so nicely. I really love these scarlet crystals. They're really, really beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and crimp to attach some Soft Flex Extreme. You can also braid up the back. I often do that when I do these long designs where I just want something really special in the middle, but I don't need, like, you don't need chain up the whole back of your necklace. You can save the special chain for the front and then just use some soft flex. Soft Flex is nice too because it doesn't tarnish. It'll always be that kind of bright, beautiful silver color. So I just attached on one side, and then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Let me do a quick measurement to see, make sure I'm getting it the right length that it'll feel comfortable to wear it. So my off-camera measurements here, I think that's a pretty nice length. I'm just holding my length with my fingertips. I'm going to go ahead and trim a little bit off of there. Get my second 2x2 millimeter crimp tube and attach on the other end. And I'm giving myself all sorts of homework. I'm going to add all the rest of these cranberries on here and the other little Edelweiss snowflakes. And then I will post a picture of this at the end too. Flex Company Facebook page. And I'm sure Beadaholique will share it as well. And you guys can see what the finished product looks like. I'm looking again, anytime you're connecting on both sides, especially when it's at the front of your design, you want to make sure that you're getting in kind of close here. Yeah, there we go. And we will just straighten out those wires and crimp. And crimp the other direction. Okay. And then we'll trim our wire and we'll have, we'll just have to add the cranberries and the snowflakes on just the way that I did before. And you'll have your fun, cute little holiday design all ready to go. I love that. I love these little Christmas trees, are the best. So cute, and it has that nice jingle effect. Okay guys, so I am gonna do one last quick earring. I think we should use these guys because they're super special. You could also use the star down here if you prefer the star from Swarovski rather than the kind of snowflake. The star would look really pretty with gold too. If you did a gold chain and then you did some gold soft wax up the back, that would be so pretty. I love it. Okay, so we'll finish this guy later. We're gonna do some green earrings before we head on out of here. And I do all my homework to finish this up to show you guys what this is gonna look like. So we've got our green guys here. We've got some cute little dangles over here we could definitely use. We have quite a few of them, so let's see what it would look like if how we want to put this all together. Okay, so we're working in silver still. Let's do some more silver. And they still have this great clasp in here that I didn't even get to use too. So could definitely do like another design easily, another really special design with the big star and the clasp. There's just not enough hours in the day, you guys, to do all the beading that I want to do. Just not enough hours, I'm telling you. I need more hours just for beading. Okay, so I'm gonna do a real simple design here. I'm gonna cut a piece of Soft Flex Extreme. It's probably about 6 inches in length. I'm gonna try stringing all of these on. I don't know if this will work. You know, I never know if something's gonna work till I try it. I'm gonna string, I think I'm gonna do 3, the magic, you know, number of odd numbers. I'm going to do 3, and then I'm going to try stringing both of these beads through this clear crystal, or both wires through the clear crystal, and pull that down to see what is going to happen here. We've got our dangles, we've got our 2 wires going through the little crystal, and then I'm going to put both wires through this bigger emerald crystal, and then I'll do another clear crystal on top. Great. I'm going to string both wires through a crimp tube. Emerald is my birthstone, so I always love emerald color. Okay, so I've got both wires through the crimp tube. Then I'm going to take just one wire and go through my ear wire here and back in again, and we'll pull that kind of tight. We want to leave enough room down here that these guys can really kind of dangle. But we do want to pull up here to kind of tighten this loop down and get it in kind of close to that last crystal there. One nice way to do this with your magicals is just to gently hold on to that crimp tube, and then you can kind of pull both ways to try to get it in as close as you can, or you need to. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and compress and compress. Go around and around, tightening it all down. Just one crimp at the top, quick and easy, and cut off my excess wire with my cutters. Sweet. And then, oh, we've got a really quick and easy earring. You could also crimp here at the bottom if you wanted to, if you want to make sure that this doesn't like kind of slide around. It should naturally pop up because the wire's kind of holding it up. So you don't really need it there, but if you wanted to, you definitely could. My ring is pulling just a little wonky, so I'll probably fix that a little bit here when I do my second pair. But there you go. Quick and easy little dangles with a pretty emerald color. Okay, so I think I'm going to close out so I can finish up all of this fun stuff that I have here. Please do check me out next week. I'm going to be on Jewel School on JTV Monday and Tuesday morning. We're also doing a pajama party, Kristen and I, from our hotel on Monday night. So we'll be right here on the Softflex Facebook page doing a live video. Super excited about that. And it's going to be really fun. We have some projects in mind and things that we want to share with you guys. And we also have our November Treasure Trove chest. You get these at softflexcompany.com. They're $24.95. There's not very many left, so order them now and you can bead with me next week right here at the Softflex Company Facebook page. And then we're doing a Cyber Monday special. So on Monday, November 20th, 11 a.m. Pacific time, we'll be doing a special Cyber Monday thing. So thank you so much to Beadaholique. Make sure you go to their website, which is beadaholique.com. Use the coupon code SPARKLE to get 20% off all the materials that were in the box today. And then also you can buy the whole mystery box, which I think is so smart, if you liked everything that I used today from the box. So I would love it if you guys would check out these new Scarlet Swarovski beads. It's a beautiful color. You're gonna love it. But they have lots of other fun stuff like the triangle chain, and we use the Edelweiss crystals and this beautiful star crystals. So check them out. Also check them out on YouTube. Like I said earlier, 322,000 subscribers. You know they're doing something right. They have fantastic videos there. They do live videos on their Facebook page too. And we just can't say enough good things about Beadaholique. And of course, we always love to work with Swarovski too. So big thank you to Beadaholique. Big thank you to Swarovski. Kristen says, uh-oh, is Sarah going to make me do a beading in a mud mask during the PJ party? That would be something else. I'm really looking forward to the PJ party. I think it's going to be super fun for Kristen and I, and for all of you hopefully too. So thanks guys, and I'm wrapping up those live sales from last week. I'll be getting those out hopefully sometime today. If I can do some beading magic to finish all this up today, that would be fantastic. But hang in there, it'll get to you eventually. Love to everybody. See you later.